Yeah.
doing moonsaults off the top rope.
Oh my
Consider
God.
I have implants.
Look at no one thinks
Why?
Why not?
I mean, I thought about it for a long while before I did it. I mean, I got a lot of uproar from the whole industry, but who are they to judge me?
Yeah, I mean, what are
I
they?
mean, they can all go to hell. They don't pay my bills.
No, you got a point.
And that's that.
Happy Monday, everyone. Hi, Paul. I see you out there. And thank you very much for the birthday gifts and the late birthday wishes, early birthday wishes, and so forth. I hope everyone is doing well. Hi, Ian. Paul. Hey, Scott. How are you? It's a wild, wild Monday. Okay, I am still officially on Japan time partially. Hey, John. And I'm still wearing my Trump Vans t-shirt. I've been wearing this t-shirt for like 3 days. With my voted sticker. I don't think I'm going to take this shirt off until the election is over. As most of you know, I did have the very first Trump rally, hey Ben, in Santa Monica, California, which is a highly overly liberal city. Nothing happened except for one of the they-thems decided to throw some coffee at someone, and we're there peacefully, so I don't know how that offends the they-thems of society, but whatever. Yeah, so very peaceful. Everything went well. There was roughly, I don't know, 40 something people, like right in that range, which is good for the short time span that we gave, because there was one in Manhattan Beach and there was one in Beverly Hills the day before. So I do have the Trump speech on in the background. I'm sorry if anyone hears it. It's just, this is such an intense time right now, for America and for all over the world. In Japan, in Osaka, they actually had a march for Trump. Too bad I was 2 hours away from there. So yeah, it was kind of a wild time, and it just feels very weird. Like, I feel as though the world is right now on this shift. I don't know which way it's going to go. Hopefully, it goes in the right direction. I feel as though I know that we will not have California red ever, nor will New York be red ever. But if people are going out there voting in person, and you start flipping seats, local seats in your local city councils and so forth, if you start flipping those seats red, that's great, because then you could have red run cities in a blue state. The world wants peace. Yeah, of course we want peace. Did anyone see that SNL debacle with cackling Kamala? Oh my God. I mean, she has no talent. To think that she actually spent all day just rehearsing that. And her voice, I just want to shoot myself when I hear her voice. Illegal immigrants are not criminals. Then what are they, Kamala? What are illegal immigrants? If they're not criminals, they're illegals in this country who came over here to try to make a better life for themselves. There are illegals that came here because they wanted to escape communism. But that is not what's out there raping 5-year-old kids. And this liberal, whatever you want to call them, this Kamala party is the party of women. How are you the party of women if you want young boys be able to go into schools, like to the school locker rooms for girls, and compete in girls' sports? That's not the party of women. How are you the party of women when you want migrants to come over here and create crimes? She is a fucking idiot. I don't know what's going to happen. I'm seeing a lot of rallies in Pennsylvania. I was trying to go through the graphs earlier. So basically, what's up for grabs now, guys? We have Pennsylvania, Georgia, Nevada. I think Arizona might flip red because that is a border state. What else is there? What other states are up for grabs right now? North Carolina. It's really tough right now to call. And if anyone that is in the chat or anyone watching, if you have not voted yet in person, please go out and make sure your friends have voted. If you could take one person out with you to vote, that will make the difference. Yep. I saw that. Did you see that they finally outed the male boxer that won gold at the Olympics? Super small dick. I had a bigger penis when I was 5. Okay, that's like TMI, but I get it. I get it. It is TMI, but I totally get what you're saying. I mean, this is what these people are doing. I don't know why this thing popped up with the firing line with William Buckley, with something in the Hoover, whatever archives. I wasn't watching that. So anyway, I don't care. But this is it, guys. Has everyone voted in person at least? And no matter what, like I said, if you're in New York State, you are in California, it is not going to turn red. Just go out and vote. Flip the local seats red. In Santa Monica, Malibu, cities like that, it will always remain heavy blue, unfortunately, because there are people here that are just stupid. And I wonder if it's just living by the ocean, by the water, that makes these people really dumb. There are people in California that are voting yes or no on Prop 37 or 36. It's the one prop that actually allows people to be jailed for committing thefts of $950 or of any amount for that matter. A lot of people might vote for Gascon. I voted for Hochman, but people want Gascon in office. Tell me why that would be a legitimate, safe choice to have George Gascon. He fucked up San Francisco really bad. Let's see. Okay, so John, you're voting tomorrow. They were burning and losing early votes on purpose. Of course they were. You did 2 weeks ago, of course. Yeah, it's very scared. I can genuinely see them trying to steal it. Yeah, they're going to try. So I don't know about any of you guys out there, but I do know that in Nevada, they're now allowing ballots to come in even 2 days late to be counted with no postmark. I thought we just vote for 1 day out of the year. There are people shutting down their businesses early on Tuesdays like retards in California because they're afraid of civil unrest. The Republican Party is not the party of protest. We are not the party of civil unrest. We are not the party of destroying things and looting them. We are the party of peace. By history, it is the Democratic Party and the liberals that are the party of protest. Just go back to the 60s when you have them throwing over buses, laying down and protesting, so blocking traffic. That is the party of protest. It's not us. So why are people closing down their businesses early on Tuesday? Why are people pulling their kids out of schools on like tomorrow? Why are people going along with this whole woke policy in schools? Oh, we're going to shut the schools down for 2 days in case there's a really bad mental backlash on the kids and it's too traumatizing with the election results. How does that train your kids to be responsible? How does that train them to be adults and act like adults? I didn't see Republicans carrying on when Kamala and Biden took office, but to close a fucking business down. I was surprised to know that a place I go to for services is shutting down her shop tomorrow early. So you're going to shut down your nail shop in the middle of the day when people go in there. It's a high business volume. It's got very high business going there, like walking by there, a lot of walking clients, a lot of people that set up appointments way in advance. So you've basically shut down your business at 2:00 tomorrow because you are scared of the election. Well, then if you're that scared, maybe you should not be doing business in the state of California. If you're that scared, maybe you should be going to a state where it is safer to do business in. I put money on it. I told my manicurist this. I put money on it that nothing will happen tomorrow. There will be no riots. There will be no looting. Nothing. It's ridiculous. It will make everyone's year of Trump wins. Nothing better than liberals losing their minds. Exactly. If anyone remembers that liberal who was crying and screaming that day, I don't know if it was a guy or a girl with the big glasses. Does anyone remember that when Trumpy baby won the election? It was so funny. I mean, he was just there crying like, really, really scared. What is the worst? First of all, you have girls that are all scared about their women's rights. Women have rights. This is up to the state about abortion. If you are that concerned, then close your fucking legs. Keep your goddamn legs closed. Why is that party so obsessed with killing babies is my question. And lastly, Trump allows for if it's a case of incest or rape, of course you want to get rid of it right away. You don't need over 90 days to think about that. And I don't know if any woman that's been pregnant, that didn't know before those 90 days. And if there's a real problem with a birth or like a pregnancy, they give the mom a C-section. So why are these people so obsessed with killing babies? Brian Redbun who is Brian Redbun? Could someone please tell me who this person is? And now I think America is the only country that has celebrities coming out in support of candidates. How is Cardi B a smart businesswoman? Please tell me, just one person. How is Cardi B a smart businesswoman? There are smart businesswomen out there that are there for Trump. You bring out Cardi B, who puts a tweet up there, I wonder how pee smell. Is that how you grammatize, I wonder how pee smell? No, it's I wonder how pee smells. And the word isn't pee, it's urine. Joe Rogan's producer, and he produces, Kill Tony. What a fag. Kill Tony. I don't trust Kill Tony. I did not trust Kill Tony going to Trump at MSG. I do not really think his vernacular was that wonderful when it came to Puerto Rican people, but I don't take it out on Trump. I believe he was placed there on purpose. Kill Tony is a show that, a friend of mine was murdered a few years ago, Amy Weber. Her ex murdered her. And this guy that murdered her, he was on Kill Tony's show. So that's my memory of Kill Tony. I wouldn't put someone like that in the middle of a Trump rally. Then we have J-Lo coming out. First of all, America is the only country that has these people coming out in support of a political candidate. Then you have the SNL skit. Why wasn't Trump offered that concession? Or does he just know that SNL sucks ass? SNL sucks dick. I mean, SNL is ridiculous. And then you have Kamala there. It took her all day just to do her one thing. Doesn't she do that every day? Seriously. J-Lo, all these people coming out for Kamala have been involved with P. Diddy at some point. J-Lo, all of them. I mean, is that why they want Kamala in office? Then you have Beyonce coming out. Harrison Ford. Danny Trejo. I thought most Latinos were conservative in values for the most part. I did not think that he would be involved in the party of pedophiles. That I thought Danny Trejo had good common sense, but then again, one of his taco shops shut down near me, so his business sense couldn't be that great anyway. I'm kind of glad that his taco shop shut down, because honestly, his tacos were lousy and they were the shittiest. And he's in Santa Monica competing against a place like Casa Martin that has the best tacos in Southern California. That is correct. SNL it's not as good as it was in the 80s or the 90s. Bon Jovi came out for Harris. Wow, what a wuss. Seriously. Okay, so our next guest is here. I don't know who's more far to the right when it comes to us, but I would like to call this somewhat of a political... one of my obsessions. Okay, a political roundtable. I'll get to that later. It's a joke. Not political roundtable, but just the whole thing. Hi.
Hi, sweetie. How are you? Can you hear me?
Oh yeah, I can hear you fine. Wait, everyone thinks, okay, so Scott's saying that some of these celebrities that came out for cackling Hobag were paid. What are your thoughts on what's going on? I mean, she has everyone from under the sun. Is she going to pull out Jim Morrison from the fucking grave? What is she doing?
It's just amazing what's going on in the world in general right now. It's just everything is coming to a head, and everyone is just getting caught with their hands dirty, and we're really finding out people's true colors and where they really stand and whose side they're really on and what they represent as human beings in this world. That, there's been so many people that they idolize these people, and now they're finding out that, maybe they should have thought twice about who their false idols were,
Robert De Niro.
Robert, the list goes on and on. I mean, I just jumped in a few minutes before, so I didn't hear what you were saying, but I heard you saying something about Danny Trio,
Oh,
and
yeah.
this is like it's just this stuff has been known for a long time that these people are scumbags, and their morals are just like just out the door. So it's not a big surprise that they would lean to the wrong side of where we're going right now. The world is so screwed up because of people like this, and because of people who idolize people like this. Will listen to them and be influenced by them, that to vote on the wrong side. So yeah, just unbelievable.
Well, I feel as though in California we have a lot of underinformed voters. Now we have a lot of props on our election this year. There are voters who don't know what these props are and what they stand for. There are people voting, it's either no or yes on prop. Oh God, I don't know if it's 36 or 37, or it's they're not going to prosecute crimes under $950 or less, which they should prosecute. You have people that think that's fine. You have people that think Gascon is doing a great job. I mean, I went through all of the props way in advance, and I know I voted no on basically almost everything. I voted yes on the prop for crime or against crime. People are voting for Gascon. Now, I was saying this earlier. I understand you guys are a predominantly blue state.
Hmm.
First of all, did you guys go out and vote already in person?
In Pennsylvania?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay, great. But even though you're
Actually,
predominantly
this afternoon, Trump was in, I believe, Allentown or Reading, and then now Kamala is here in downtown Philly. Well, not here, not where I'm, but she's downtown somewhere, doing her thing. So they both had their turns here, and Trump's been here a lot. I mean, a lot. He's done a lot here, and she's just been kind of, doing her, slacking off. But yeah, she's here now. I'd like to go down there and heckle her, to be honest with you.
I'd like that. I think that would be great if you took like Paul and Christina. Hey, Abdullah. But I feel as though here we go. The red coat is fire. I feel as though even though, okay, I was saying earlier that California and New York are hopeless. It will never turn red. But as long as you're voting locally, the right policies, you have the chance to make local seats red, which could eventually help the state.
Right.
Like I'm hoping.
Well, we can only pray, right?
Well,
so
John Jay,
you were you didn't already talk about this weekend, did you?
With what this weekend? What happened this weekend?
I'm sorry, yesterday. You didn't talk about yesterday's event, did you? Without me hearing?
We had an event too that I ran in Santa Monica. It was a tiny march for Trump. Yes. There was only one coffee cup that was thrown by they them, but that's what like pepper spray.
You?
Oh no, it's something else. This is what happened. It was saying something about women's rights. I said, "You're not even a real woman. Relax, bro. Men's room's over there. You're not a woman." They all want us to play into the fantasy. It had coffee and it threw it. So we threw something back at it, and it got pepper sprayed with like the spray that kind of like, it's a spray that marks you.
Okay.
Was
in colors or
no, just like if they flash a black light on it, the they them, and this goes to show it's a mental illness. Like Kamala Harris is going to cut funding in schools for kids if they do not allow little boys into girls' dressing rooms, if they do not allow little boys into girls' sports. And they're supposed to be the party of women.
I don't understand what this is all turning into anymore. It's like this is 2024 going into 2025 is the craziest. I think the past in all of political history, like the past, let's say 10 years, have been the oddest, weirdest, most horrible time ever. I mean, with all the different changes and like, especially the past, 4 years, it's like we actually let that happen to our country. you know, and people are you know, sitting back now about to let it happen again. I guarantee you. You know, I mean, there's so many people that are pro Kamala Harris, and it's like just I can't. uh, This woman talk in does she talk in riddles and like what is this language that she speaks? Like it's just run on sentences and like she sounds like the fucking Riddler, you know? She looks like the Joker. And I'm not like it has nothing to do with what she sounds like and what she looks like. It's just like but if you listen to her words, it's like she's a fucking maniac. She's a crazy person that just like you know, puts a bunch of words and run on sentences together. And it's amazing that people are actually they listen to it and a lot of them are going for it. They're so brainwashed. It's just like I I I don't know what to say anymore. I really don't. I'm going to be honest with you. I am so frustrated that I don't know what to say anymore because I've seen so many people that I thought had better sense,
Mhm.
you know, and it's evident that they don't.
Someone
Yeah,
said,
especially
Scott said
especially the
it's
celebrities. These celebrities, you know, I hope that 2024 will teach people really to not follow these celebrities and their opinions and their you know their direction that they want you to go in with these yeah. Mm,
I don't
I'm sorry.
understand. Yeah, and that's okay. Cheers to Texas. Hi guys. I love this stuff. But here's the thing is I don't get where the common sense of these girls are. Like they want to be smart. They want to be in charge. Well, prove that you're fucking smart. Do your research. It is up to the states. The government is out of your uterus. Okay. Secondly, I don't know if these girls should be having kids anyway because they're going to be really fucking dumb. Um, Kamala, so there was a white liberal in my neighborhood with the look, the frizzy hair, the glasses, and she had a Kamala shirt on. By the way, there is a Kamala Harris headquarters 3 blocks from me. And I went in there yesterday wearing my Trump shirt, said, I love Trump. And there were literally 2 people in the place. But anyway, um, I did say to her, "What can I ask you why you like Kamala?" Well, we need a woman in the White House. I said, "Well, there's a first lady. Well, we need a woman. Well, why do we need a woman? We just need a woman there. Okay, but which one of her policies do you like? She's for women. Okay, I get it. You're a lesbo that hasn't had your pussy licked in a while. I totally get it now. Fine. So my whole point is that it's the optics. Now, okay, I personally feel that you should never give a woman that much power. And if you do, it should not be that woman. People need to get back off the DEI bus and give people jobs based upon their qualifications, not because they have their penis cut off and they think they're women, not because they're black, not because they're Asian, just whoever it is. Okay, it could be a perfectly fine person that's African American or white and they're really good to do the job. Okay, great. So give them the job. Oh, well, that guy is transgender and he has ADHD. I never heard of all these spectrum issues till now. When we were kids, are these excuses for people not to work hard? All these spectrum issues. I have no idea. I'm sorry.
I sent you a thing this afternoon that I got from Facebook as, you know, they're trying to identify my gender. I sent it to you.
Yeah, I saw that. It's really
It's
scary, by the way.
custom. Yeah, you could custom make your gender now. That's a thing. Seriously. And with getting back to with what you were saying a second ago, I agree with you 100% on I as a female, I'm going to go ahead and say this, okay? I would not trust a female as president. I would not trust a female with the decisions that the country has to make. You know, I wouldn't trust a female with decisions on when to press a button that could end us all. I wouldn't trust the female because females have more, you know, imbalances. And as a female, I'm not speaking against females, but I don't think that that this type of job is right for a female. And the thing is, I know that they're trying to make a statement and make history, but it's not the right decision. And if you let a female in there with all her menopause going on and hormones and she doesn't know what the frig she's then that's why she looks like that all the time, because she's friggin' going nuts, you know? Women go nuts during menopause, and you know that that's happening to her, and you can't trust females to make decisions during that time, like decisions like, you know, that you know would affect us as the whole world. I'm saying in daily life, you know, whatever women go through it all the time. I'm not saying the small decisions, but the really large decisions. I'm sorry, especially her. She's visibly psychotic and just on another planet in her thoughts, in what she does, her policies, and the things she says. It's if you can't see this is not a good idea, then there's something wrong with you. If you let her in office, then the next person she's going to be running against in 4 years is going to be some transgender that pops out of the wall. And then we're going to have to possibly put up with something like that because everyone wants to be like so accepting of everyone. And oh, well, let this one have a chance and let that one have a chance. Well, let the gays have a chance and let the transgenders have a chance. It's like if you're going to let a transgender have a chance at becoming president, and that's going to happen.
No.
It's going to happen. One is going to run. They're going to run. I'm not going to say that they're actually good, but with the big community that they have, they will get a lot of votes. And how they're brainwashing people and their community gets bigger and bigger. Like, do we need someone who we already know is a liar about the kind of human being they are? I mean, they don't know what they are. They're like, oh, I'm a man, even though you know that they're a woman, or vice versa. Like, you're starting off as being a liar right there by saying I'm transgender. You might as well just say I'm a liar, right? So if we let this woman into office, this unstable, psychotic, menopausal woman who's already lied about she's African American, she's Indian. We don't know what she is. We don't know what she is. So if she would lie about something so simple as what is your racial code or nationality or whatever, and not, you know, don't lie just to get votes from those brown or black people. Like, yeah, tell the truth about what you are. She's flipped her story around how many times about this, you know, and now she said, oh, well, if I get in office, I'll do. Aren't you in office right now? Like am I living on another planet, or is she the vice president right now who could have done everything she's promising to do in the next 4 years? She could have helped do in the past 4 years, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so why are we going to give someone a chance who couldn't do it in the past 4 years? You know, in time ahead. Like, I don't know. She's shady. Personally, I think she, you know, I think she put the kibosh on Biden. I stood that she could step in and take this position. I totally think that she like poisoned them or something. Like, I don't want to spread conspiracy theories or anything like that. But seriously, take a look at her and tell me she's not the kind of nut who would be like, you know what? He's like demented anyway. He's like his brain is gone. So how's he going to know either way if, like, you know, I'm poisoning him or, you know, making him say, you know, like sabotage. It's like totally in her code of person. That's all I'll say.
She would do it. It's like that TV program Wild Wild West about that cult with the big leader, right? I forgot his name. Someone could probably look it up and find it for me. And I believe he's being poisoned by his cult members. Look, she has how many different accents? Please tell me. Y'all gonna thank a union worker when y'all get a raise. Y'all gonna thank a union boss when y'all have a raise. Y'all gonna thank a union boss when y'all have a vacation. That, right? Then she kind of had that twang in one of the states where she's going to. I mean, she's making fun of Black people. She really is. And I think every Black person out there, African American, should be insulted. Here's my question. So I was looking at a graph earlier. So we got to get Georgia. We got to get North Carolina. We got to get Pennsylvania. Nevada. Where else, guys? Wisconsin. What do you think's going on in Georgia? I thought that he would at least have the African American vote. I'm learning that there are not that many African Americans that went out to vote. What do you think is going to happen in Georgia?
I don't honestly. I don't think that that Georgia is a state that is necessarily all like behind her. But I don't think they're behind. I don't know. I think they've just like backed off. You know what I mean?
Michigan is
a lot,
big.
yeah, a lot of people have just backed off altogether from voting. Like they are not. Some of them are not even going to vote for her. The Democrats, the blacks, a lot of black voters are not just going to vote for her because she's a color code. You know, so and they're going against her because they see that she's bad for their party. Even they know she's bad for their party, a lot of them. So you know, Georgia in particular, like there's, I don't know, there's a certain way certain races react in certain states. Like you said, like she's making fun of black people. You know, like you want her to come out and vote for you when you're making fun of them. But yeah, I mean, if they have to, they'd be smart to vote for Trump. But
no one in their right mind would. But we have these votes at stake. I don't think we'll get Nevada. I'll be honest with you, because I think because of that late ballot, it's fine. You know, 2 days later, it's fine. Even if it's not postmarked, we'll still count it fine. What are your thoughts on Pennsylvania? What's the temperature in Philly right now?
Oh, Trump's got Pennsylvania. I mean,
are you sure?
It's so much support here, and I mean, come on, he's been here pretty much the good part of all year, in different parts of the state here, and it's and to have a assassination attempt here, it's like that's one person that did that, So, but as for everyone else in Pennsylvania who, has core values and whatnot, knows better. And the turnouts here for the Trump rallies have been amazing. And if just the amount of people that have shown up at the rallies, actually go out and vote, he's got a great chance. Because if you've seen the crowds here, just unbelievable. It's like packing stadiums and stuff. So yeah, I think he's pretty strong here. I think he's got it.
Well, they also have the Amish that went out to vote for Trump because of the farms and the economy and what a wonderful job they've done at ruining it. What are your thoughts? Like, I don't know, like, what is the population of Pennsylvania? Like, how many do the Amish people make up a huge population? Bucks County, Trump County, Amish people. Like, what's that population like there? Is
well, I mean, of course, not as much as the city. So we have that on our side. There's definitely not as much of a population up there. They're Amish, it's a no, seriously. I mean, they don't I'm not sure they breed a whole lot.
Yeah.
They a few to a family and that's it. So it's not like it's still a big deal to get them. Yes. But we have to depend a lot more on the city and the suburbs, and our people here, places in that don't have much of a population are not.
Really?
I'm not too worried about them being effective and making a difference.
Well, how could anyone want what's been going on for the past 4 years for another 4 years? Who in their right fucking mind wants that? And this whole thing, they're blinding these young liberal girls. Women's rights. No. It's like, so one of my good friends is a liberal. She's from Canada. Oh, it's Kamala. Yay. Do you know why you'd vote for, well, we can have abortions and it's got to be for women's rights. Even if I were a liberal, I'd be more concerned about the economy. What just popped on me, and I know I'm going off rail for a second on this. The Mondale-Reagan election years ago. I don't know if anyone in the chat remembers that or anyone watching remembers Reagan-Mondale. ages ago, that was a landslide. Were you voting? It was Mondale Reagan, Walter Mondale, Ronald Reagan. Were you voting then?
I'm 49.
Oh,
So
Mondale Reagan. Fuck. No, I was with my mom. She was voting. So
Probably
that was a
not.
huge landslide for Reagan.
Mm.
And he got in. Do you think it could be something like that? I mean, let me see something really quick. I'm going to look it up really quick. Reagan Mondale, if anyone remembers what that was, but it was such a Walter, that's Mondale. I just remember the whole thing. Mondale versus Reagan. Here we go. So here was the map for that. I want to see what the map for that looked like. Hold on. Reagan, Mondale map. Okay. So California is fucked. Okay, here we go. So here's the electoral map. 1984, they needed 270 to win. Here we go. Where is it? So
84. We're talking. I was 9 years old, so I was not voting. I was 9.
So Walter Mondale got 13 electoral votes. Reagan got 525 votes. And I'm just trying to see what the California had red. So the only one was Minnesota that we lost, but we got everything else. We had California, of all places, Nevada, Arizona, Alaska, Texas. Do you know anyone that lives in Hawaii or Alaska?
I do. Actually, I know one of each. Yeah. Hawaii and Alaska. Both going to be, I mean, both would be Trump voters if they were here. So.
Well, wait, if they're U.S. citizens, they're in Hawaii or Alaska, they could vote still.
Well, I know one of them is actually coming back. He's in New Jersey right now. He's a worker, Jeff Miller. So
tell him to vote.
Oh yeah, no, he is going to vote. He definitely
tell him
is.
to get his fucking ass out tomorrow and vote. If you have to go,
he has residence in both places, so he's allowed to do that.
Please,
he lives in both Hawaii and New Jersey. He lives in both places, so he can, in Jersey.
Just throw some cold water in his face if you know where he lives and he's not up voting. Go by there and take a bucket of cold ice and just dump it on him, okay? Please.
No, he's good.
Yeah.
They're all
good. Yeah. Well, someone said Jasmin is based. I don't know what that means. If someone please translate this word based. I don't know if it's biased. If I'm biased, no, I have common sense. Based, I'm sure that's a different word. I'll learn what it is shortly. I'm really scared because a friend of mine that's a Republican just texted me. I think Kamala has it. So I don't know. I mean, for the thing, because Trump was in Pittsburgh doing this, okay? And here's why I lose respect for Pimentel Brothers sandwiches. I will never go back to another Pimentel Brothers. They threw J.D. Vance out of Pimentel Brothers when he went in there and he was paying for everyone's lunch. Have you ever eaten at Pimentel Brothers?
No, but why would they do that?
Whoa. I don't know, because Pittsburgh, I would think it's a lot of blue-collar workers. But okay, so let's say we're divided in Pennsylvania. What are your thoughts on Arizona? What are your thoughts on, what's the other state where you see Georgia? I don't know. I don't think we're going to get Georgia. What about North Carolina?
No, neither. I don't think anything's going to happen with Georgia. But what do you think about Arizona? Because Arizona is one of those, like, the population there is kind of an older, older kind of population, right? So, and their code there is sort of, I would think Arizona would be a Trump win.
I think they'll flip if they're not, because it's a border state and the amount of like home invasions they've had. If you look up the rates there for crime, I know a border patrol agent there. It's atrocious. When Carrie Lake was running, she should have gotten into office in Arizona, but they cheated that time for sure, because whoever it was that was her opponent never left her fucking basement once, was too busy sucking on her emotional support animal's dick to get out of the basement and go debate Carrie Lake. I think there are a lot of
change for them. Maybe they'll realize it's time for a change.
Well, there are people voting for Gascon in Los Angeles still because they feel as though, oh, it's just so sad. We can't treat these people bad. Well, let them stay in your fucking in your front lawn. It's just you can't expect people to have common sense. Okay, Wisconsin. Let's talk about Wisconsin. I have one friend that's there who's a voiceover actor. Let me tell you, this kid was taking acting classes remotely from his mom's closet. He voted for Kamala.
Yeah, I knew you were going to say that. I
Oh,
would
yeah,
say, I know several people in Wisconsin. Unfortunately, I don't think Trump's going to get Wisconsin.
Okay.
I don't. Just because I know a lot of people there. It's just like people's minds are twisted now in a certain way where it wasn't like this. Like things have changed a lot, and people are different now, and it's very frustrating that it's like people are listening to absolute bullshit. All right, what is the definition of based? I don't know, from the Urban Dictionary. When
you read it,
concerned with doing their own thing and we're spreading the truth, unconcerned about anyone's reaction. Okay, so yeah, you're based. Okay.
Here's
Right,
$1 million
right?
question. What's his prediction for 2024 election? Trumpy baby or Kamala?
Well, come on. I mean, I'm going to say Trump. Although I think that these Democrats are nuts in droves. I'm going to pray that it's going to be Trump. It doesn't matter what I think. Because I probably won't be here to even see it. But whatever. He'll. I definitely. I would say Trump is going to sweep it. What would you say?
Me, I'm like praying it's Trumpy baby, but I think here's the problem. If I speak to liberals sometimes, so when my mother, who's normally a Republican, well, she's qualified. I got so irate. I said, "How is she qualified? Tell me how she's qualified, please." Well, she's qualified. No, Mom. Like, I guess she's older. I understand that. I'm like, how is she qualified?
Is it because she's a judge who's letting criminals and murderers out of prison? I don't know. Is it because she's a judge? Is that she's getting so much credibility? Because there's a million crooked judges, like in the justice system, like everywhere. Like, is it because she's a?
Oh, my mom? No, she's in New York. That's why.
Because Kamala, no, I'm saying because do people respect Kamala and think that she's competent just because she's a judge?
Oh, my leg. Hold on. Fuck. I have a cramp in my leg. No, they think so. Okay, first of all, her prosecution, what she's been putting out there is not correct. She's not prosecuted as many crimes as she said. In fact, someone sent me the fact sheet before. Hold on a second. Let's see. I'm going to get that out for us right now. So here we go. How many cases has Kamala Harris actually prosecuted in a courtroom, guys? Despite her profile in the California Attorney General website, the evidence shows her trying between 7 and 15 felonies, guys. Okay. They include a domestic violence scalping, 1 murder, armed robbery, 2 sex crimes towards children, though she claims to have taken on hundreds of cases in court. Now, Ian is chiming in from Australia, I believe, or Scotland. He said that his guess is Trump will win. For them to have marches in Japan for Trump is a big deal. And yeah, she's an incompetent liar. She cannot keep it up. I think Trump will win. I think legitimately it will be by a landslide, but I have a feeling they're going to make it so close. But I'm just thinking, I don't think we're going to get Georgia. I think we're going to get North Carolina, and we need one other state. I'm thinking, guys, what are the swing states? It's Wisconsin. Is Michigan? Michigan. I think we'll get Michigan. I think we will.
After North Carolina's Trump rally tomorrow, I think that's going to solidify things for him, once he gets out there. Because if you've watched every other, state that he's visited, I think he's nailing it, honestly.
Okay, but here's Hellstrom saying Nevada. Why do you say Nevada? Because Hellstrom, Nevada is also a state where they're allowing late voting, like late mail-in ballots, and it doesn't have to be postmarked either. They're allowing it to go up to 2 days later. That's an easy state to steal. And they're not asking for ID in California, by the way, folks. I went to vote the other day, and they did not ask me for my ID. And there's a 17-year-old kid working at the polls. I did say, how's a 17-year-old child working at the polls? Oh, I'm a volunteer. So they groom them. They're grooming them. And it shows Republican on my ballot sheet that I'm a registered Republican. I was wearing my Trump assassination sneakers too. Attempted assassination sneakers. Did you see those?
No.
They're badass. You have to tell me your shoe size. I will send some to you. I still owe Paul a t-shirt from Scotland, so I should just send it in that package. What size sneaker are you?
Extra small.
What is this?
Small.
Okay, Nevada is considered a swing state, though. Yeah, it is considered a swing state, but do we have Nevada? I don't know. I don't think we're going to get Nevada. I think we're going to get Arizona. I think we're going to get Wisconsin. I think we're going to get North Carolina. I think we're going to get Michigan. We'll probably get Ohio. I don't think we're going to get I don't know, man. I hope we get Pennsylvania. What happened in the 2020 election? What did we get? Does anyone remember?
I did a live stream on this, and I'm like, because of how I am, I'm blanking. But I think Pennsylvania has it.
Here we go. 2020 electoral map. Here we go. I have it right now. So we got 270 to win. Okay. Here's what we got. Montana, North Dakota, South Dakota, Idaho, Wyoming, Utah, Nebraska, Kansas, Oklahoma, Texas, Louisiana, Arkansas, Missouri, Indiana, Ohio, West Virginia, Kentucky. We got to get West Virginia. Tennessee, Mississippi, Alabama, Florida, South Carolina, North Carolina, and New Hampshire. So we had, that's to 2024. I'm looking for 2020. Here we go. Electoral votes. Here we go. Arizona was like a toss up. Okay. But we got Florida, Texas. We got Utah, Wyoming. We had 301. They had 226. We didn't get Pennsylvania. I thought Ohio was a Guys, is Ohio normally a Democratic state? But we got North Carolina back then.
Well, and he'll get North Carolina this time. We'll get North Carolina.
Let's see how they cheated in 2024. We still got North Carolina. I think we're going to get Arizona this time around.
Mm-hmm.
You know, can Trump have 3 life attempts on his life due to media lies and fear mongering? Exactly. And people just brush it under the carpet. You know, there's been not one thing said about that psycho in Butler, PA that came out, and his parents are allegedly mental health counselors. What are your thoughts on that wackadoodle in Butler, PA?
You know, a weird thing about that was that people saw this young man walking down the street with, bags on his shoulder with freaking guns in it. And they saw him climbing up the ladder and everyone was screaming at him. And it did. I mean, I think it took the Secret Service a little long to do what they were doing. I don't know. I wasn't 100% satisfied with their timing, to be honest with you. I mean, he could have got killed. Seriously. They just really took their time. If you were there to see it, it was, it's a lot different than how people explained it. And I think it was ridiculous, and they should never let a person get that close in proximity to a. Trump, it doesn't care. He lets people sit right behind him, like come up on stage with him. Like he's very sociable. He'll let people touch him and hug him and take pictures with him and everything. But like if you see someone, with a bag climbing, up to a rooftop diagonal from where somebody get him down already. Like I think he was a crazy kid, and I don't know how much people talk about this MK Ultra stuff and everything. I don't want to get all into it and everything, but some people are just crazy, and then some people are programmed and triggered. I don't know. I don't know what to say about it. He was a little nutbag, and he's dead because he tried to kill someone. So, I don't know, eye for an eye, or is that what we say?
Yeah, eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth. But do you think he could have been a plant put there to try to kill Trump by the Secret Service or the FBI? Or
It could have been put there by anyone, is what I'm saying. Like, that's why I don't mean to bring up MK Ultra and sound like a nut.
No, I want to hear about this. People want to hear this.
And he may be a tad young for all that anyway. But no, I think that he got what he deserved. I think that definitely he was part of like people in his brain, in his ear, saying do this and do that, even though people might say different. A kid that young doesn't just develop such a hatred overnight for someone that they decide, you know what, let me go on a friggin' suicide mission and go assassinate to friggin' Trump during, like it just doesn't. Or maybe it does these days. Like you really don't know, because so many crazy things are going on, and this younger generation is getting brainwashed so much easier, than the previous. That they'll believe anything and they'll listen to anything and they'll take any direction pretty much from anyone if they feel as though that person is even a little bit relatable to them as being like some kind of an outcast or something. So, Trump won Ohio in 2020. Is that?
Yeah, 2020. But this guy, he seemed weird, and just the fact that it's all brushed under the rug. And then the second attempt, let's talk about that one. What was the second attempt, guys? I forgot because there have been so many. Where was he? Anyone? Where was Trump for his second assassination attempt? Does anyone recall that? It wasn't not California, but wherever it was. I mean, the guy has survived a lot right now, and his poor family. Then that's what my mom said. Well, didn't he raped that woman? I said, Mom, it was in Florida. Yeah. She's like, oh, well, he raped that woman. He didn't rape her. She doesn't even recall anything. That woman looks like a psycho. She looks like the wacko that was wearing the Kamala Harris t-shirt today. It's that liberal look. You know what I'm talking about?
Well, aren't they also saying that, like, oh, well, he groped this one and did this to this one? Like, but there's no proof of any of this, is there?
At the golf course, there we go. So how does he get almost assassinated in his golf course? Did someone tell someone what time he plays golf? Does he have a mole? I think sometimes he doesn't have the right people around him. Example, Kill Tony at MSG, not the right person to have at your rally calling Puerto Ricans garbage. I don't think it was a joke. Who would leak information about him at the Florida golf course in Mar-a-Lago?
Yeah,
Melania?
Was she in
this guy?
Well, I mean, could be anyone, right? I mean, Kamala could have people after him, I won't put it past her. She's psychotic. I think she did in Biden, and I think that she would send someone after Trump. I really do.
Why
you don't think
someone go after her?
Past her? Would you put it past her? Yeah.
No, I wouldn't put anything past her. She was with Willie in San Francisco, banging some married man to like get her way to the top. Hopefully, she caught a yeast infection and he got something worse. But I
Hey,
wouldn't put on.
determined women, crazy, determined women will, you'll see.
Oh yeah.
They'll do anything, including murder people if they have to. Sabotage doesn't work. Little sprinkling a little stuff in somebody's food or some eye drops in their drink or whatever. I'm not trying to give instructions, but it can be done
Well,
anyway.
here's an important one. Another important one is Schiff right now. Schiff and Steve Garvey in California. So we're hoping to get rid of Schiff. I think he's really shitty. And people think, oh, he's okay. He's great. He's great for he loves gays. He's for gay rights and blah, blah, blah. It's like, who gives a fuck? He probably takes it up the ass. They tried to JFK Trump. If he wins, they may still try to. Exactly. This is why they have to have a department opened up. According to RFK, if Trump gets in, he's going to have a designated department looking into presidential assassination and assassination attempts, which is great. Kamala, Paul, reminds you probably of a certain someone I was friends with before last year. Sometimes when you have these psychotic women, they would go after even like their boyfriends or ex-boyfriends' careers and stuff online and spread slander. That is how crazy this woman is. So I don't know, but if she doesn't get in, maybe she'll start outing people. How about that thought? If they didn't install her illegally, she is the illegitimately installed presidential running candidate.
Yeah.
If they didn't put her there, she probably would have outed everyone.
Yeah. Lots of power, I mean, and people gave it to her. So now they have to deal with it. It's like, it's up to us to decide whether or not she continues to have that power. It's so scary. See how people are. It's like I'm having an anxiety attack right now, and I'm sorry, I'm not talking too much because I'm trying to contain my anxiety about this. I have I can't I have to run to the television to turn it down whenever she comes on, or any kind of advertisements or anything. Just the sound of her voice gives me fucking anxiety out the ass. It's like this really could happen, and it's scary. It's so scary that it shoots my blood pressure up. I can't. And to think of it, and we're talking about it now, and I'm like, I don't know if anyone else feels like this when they watch it, but it's like it's a day away now,
But
and
it's annoying.
What's that?
I could never stand her voice, like that whole voice, an illegal, like it sounds like she's ready to cry. An illegal criminal, an illegal immigrant is not.
Let me ask you a question. Has she ever done an Indian accent?
Orange Kamala Harris, I'm trying to vote for me in the Muslim community.
Did she do that?
She did not do that. I'm doing it as Kamala Harris. The Muslim people must vote for me because I will mutilate your children and sexualize them. No, I don't think she's done it yet. Maybe, wait.
Shouldn't Indian people be insulted that she hasn't done it because
she hasn't covered that demographic. But I know that the Muslims have been instructed not to vote for her because they're very pro-family and they're against this shit. Was my Indian accent that good? Oh, don't be saying that stuff about me. But the scariest words I tell in people for many years now, two of the scariest words is Kamala Harris, and it really is like Kamala Harris. Those are two of the scariest words. I can't deal with her voice. The second I hear it, I shut my TV off. And just looking at that stupid face, these girls, I think, are the worst voters. Women
I can't even look at the face. I can't even look at the screen when it comes on. Right off. It's I
gotta switch it again. Like Trumpy, I could listen to whenever I hear the music. The Village People, I got all excited. Yeah, Trumpy baby. But I call him Trumpy baby. I don't know why. It just sounds funny, Trumpy baby. It sounds cute, Trumpy baby.
It's cute.
Kamala Apu Harris. But there have been some younger kids going to the rally. Oh, the girl at my hair salon. I wore my Trump Vance t-shirt to the hair salon the other day. She wanted to react so bad, but she was excited. I said, well, did you vote? She's like, I'm on a green card. I'm married, but I don't have my citizenship yet to vote, which I respect. So this is, again, a quality of a conservative. Her whole family is pro-Trump. She said if she was able to vote, she'd vote for Trump. Now, people got a bit triggered at the hair salon when they saw me with the Trump Vance shirt. Some woman shook her head. She was like all dramatic. Like, oh, what is this? White men, bad white men. But I did really say a while ago, 2 of the scariest words are Kamala Harris, and they are. That fucking. I mean, what else?
In 2024, yes, I got to say, yeah. Mm-hmm.
No, even before when his health was on a decline, you notice she hasn't done many.
Well,
She was
Hillary Clinton weren't that wasn't they weren't 2 words that were any less scary, by the way. But we're beyond that. So I mean, that was just as scary for me, I think.
No, it was, and then we also have the whole thing. What else was? I think everything these women have done was scary, and you don't. Menopause or no menopause with Kamala, she's just a fucking freak. You don't want her there. I would not want any woman leading a country, except if it's Marine Le Pen from France, because she's as far to the right as we are. And I think France needed a red wave. Like a lot of these European countries as well, when they vote, it's done within 1 day. And that's it. We have the results. Florida, they get it done the same day. Why is it we have all this shit going on? Obviously to cheat. But this is ridiculous. You know, and people don't even ask for ID here. I'm tempted tomorrow.
I got pissed off because you know, when last time I went before this time, they wouldn't give me a sticker. They were like, "We're all out of them," and it had a big roll sitting there. I was like, "I want a sticker." I didn't get one, so I got a fake one that said I masturbated in the poll booth, you know, and wore that as a joke. But it was like, you know, some of the locals here are, you know, hard at the polls and not very nice. But once they find out who you're there, you know, it's like, oh well, you know, and they try to like sway you to other sides, or you know, here is one of those places where they'll do that, and it's all over the news. They're like, if you feel bullied or intimidated, especially here, you know, they're letting you know that, oh well, you know, let us know right away, and it's really because they're bullying the Trump people more than, you know, trying to lead them out the wrong doors and stuff like that. And like, here's a mail-in ballot after you stand in line for 2 hours. Did you hear about that?
Yeah, I heard about that. That's another scandal.
It's like you're standing there for 2 hours and then they're like, oh, we'll sign this paper and we'll mail you something, and then you fill it out and mail it back. It's like, what the hell what were you coming down here for 2 hours then? You know, it's like, oh, I will mail it in. And if that's the only option, if you're going to turn us all away now and tell us, oh, go home and fill it out, and okay, either way, it's going to be the same person that I vote for. So, all right, either way.
This is why people should have gotten that earlier, because they're going to put a lot of this shit tomorrow.
I feel like going down there right now and telling her what I feel about her.
Well, Kamala, you should go to the Kamala rally. Just videotape it. Well, I mean, I could easily go back to a different polling station in California tomorrow and give a different name and some address and just vote. They're supposed to give provisional ballots, but I've seen them give regular ballots to people who didn't have ID. So that would mean if you're illegal, the guy voting a few stations down from me looked homeless. You're not allowed to wear political shirts. So I had my JD Vance, I had my Trump Vance shirt on underneath my sweatshirt. On the way out, the guy's like, oh, would you like a sticker? Sure. I took the sticker, then I unzipped my shirt, my hoodie, then I put it on the shirt. Thank you, sir. And I walked out. He was like, I don't get it. Not everyone that lives in a liberal city is stupid. You know, not all of them are. Some people have common sense like the rest of us. I want to know where Brad T is from, because Brad is saying, he looks like a Republican, but so it's the whole thing will be interesting to see. But tomorrow will be excruciating. I have do you think there'll be outages tomorrow?
I think they're going to probably try every shady move they can in order to destroy this. Seriously. I mean, they don't want Trump in office. They don't. And they're going to do everything they can to try to sabotage him and keep him out. So, yeah, lots of shady stuff going on. And you know, I'm around a person a lot that's like screaming like, if Trump loses, there is going to be another insurrection, and this time it'll be serious because a lot of people that are on the right in certain groups of people, handle loss in a whole different way, and they've already said what they have planned to do if he does lose. So people might want to think about that.
Yeah, but
Like,
then they'll say, you see, January 6th, that was them. But we didn't, I don't think, like, January 6th had agitators. They didn't have true insurrectionists. See, someone from the UK even wants Trump in office. You see what I mean? I miss Margaret Thatcher. She was one of the best prime ministers. If Kamala wins, we will have more kids being transgendered over into other sexes. We will have kids on puberty blockers. That's one thing to look at. We'll have a shitty economy. Like, she has no idea what the fuck she's doing. And she lied about fracking. She lied about the insulin, everything. She lied about gun control.
we're going to lose everything if she's in office. It's just, people just don't realize this, and they need to get on a ball, and they need to do it now. Go out tomorrow, Let
Yeah,
your
don't
voice
go
be
to work. Call in sick.
please.
I wonder, I'm concerned as to why my friend told me earlier that Kamala is going to win. I'm just going to text really quick.
Is this based on her belief, or does she know
No.
some inside?
No, it's a friend of mine that's also a Trump supporter in Pennsylvania, out towards Reading, towards Carlisle. Let's see. Why do you think Kamala will win? But when you start talking to too many people that are liberals, this is what happens. You got like a little bit brainwashed. Let's see. Jerry Lynn just messaged me. Yeah, when you start asking a liberal, this is how you get a liberal to shut up. Just start asking them about Kamala's policies. Okay, here we go. So, Hellstrom, one of the best outcomes from a Trump victory is that it will slow down the World Economic Forum. Yes. So, Brad T is from the UK. He says this is too big to read. Brad, let me ask you something. What's the general feeling in the UK right now about Trump? Is it good or bad? Like, do they like him there? Personally, my family likes Trump, but then again, we were big Margaret Thatcher fans. I was a big Nigel Farage supporter. Doesn't make me racist. Hello. It's just, I believe in sovereignty in countries. I believe in having a culture in each country. I could go to like Italy and have a Chinese meal, but I don't want to see a whole batch of Chinese culture there in Italy. You're there to experience Italian things and Italian culture. So, Brad, what part of the UK are you from? And what's the general temperature on people towards Trump in the UK? That's what I'm curious to know, because they have a huge migrant crisis overseas in Europe right now. These people are coming in the fucking hordes. They're having migrant grooming gangs where they're raping young girls.
Right.
Let these assholes right up the fucking boat, right into their country. Oh, come on in, And they're teaching these young girls, like in Sweden and so forth, to be tolerant, to be accepting of other people, of other cultures. Well, they're raping
tolerant of people coming in their town, invading them and raping them and their children and making them watch and stuff, and taking them from their homes and maybe friggin' kidnapping them and trafficking. Like, we do we really accepting? Really?
Yeah.
Great. Yeah, let's all be accepting, because that's what we all want. We all want to be friggin' raped and murdered by people who aren't even from here. Great. Yeah, let them all over. We all would love to have them in the big melting pot that we have here. Like, it hasn't spilled over enough. Seriously?
Well, yeah, I mean, people think so. Look, it's the town that I'm in. Okay, so some guy groped me a few weeks ago and I reported it. They are not pressing charges on him. So I've gone ahead and retained a lawyer to do a background check. So far, we've learned this family has moved around Santa Monica in the past 5 years 9 times. They currently live in one of the affordable housing units that Santa Monica offers to residents that have been here for a long time, elderly people, disabled, single moms, but they're living there. They are originally from a town called Southgate. So you could figure that out on your own. Fine. I understand, like, a good neighborhood is not something that's just handed to you to live in. You live in a good neighborhood when you earn it. And this is just handed to them. So 9 other places in Santa Monica in 5 years. That means more than one place a year. They've been bounced out. The guy is a sex offender living near 2 schools. The city of Santa Monica will not do anything. The cop left my information on the police report for this asshole to see it. So you tell me who's legally responsible.
Well,
Yeah.
not them. I mean, they're not taking care of it for you, are they? I mean, taking the side of people who aren't even from here, not even citizens. It's like they come here, they took over an entire hotel, millions and millions of dollars lost in New York City over this hotel. It's like,
Oh, the Rose Shop?
yes, it's like you go to get a room there, you can't get a room there. It's occupied by all immigrants, and if you try to get in, they'll try to kill you.
Well,
like yeah. What's that?
Oh my God. Okay, the January 6th tapes finally released. So when they stormed the Capitol, allegedly, so MSNBC has the tapes right now from January 6th. I don't know how to show it on here. So here's a piece of footage. If you guys go over to MSNBC right now, it shows these guys like peacefully walking through the whole Capitol. So it wasn't this whole insurrection like they're saying.
I was there.
Yeah, you saw what happened. We weren't doing anything. Those people are agitators. That's what I call them. Mm-hmm. Brad, we're waiting for your answer right now on Trump, what the general consensus is on Trump overseas, and if people like him, yay or nay. It's crazy. But yeah.
I know a lot of Canadians are pro-Trump, which is good. I mean,
what?
It has nothing to do with them, but still, so it's good that people from places that this really has nothing to do with them, they also have an opinion, and their opinion goes the right way.
Oh, of course.
Mm-hmm. Because you could just hear and see what's going on, and see for yourself.
Well, it's obvious, but okay, the UK majority like Trump. The noisy ultra-liberals don't, but they've ruined Britain, of course, through mass immigration and shitty policies. Well, that's what happened here, too, in the States. When you had Margaret Thatcher there were no problems. Like, I didn't think it was that big of a deal. People called me a racist because I'm, like, a huge supporter of, how can I put it? I was a huge Nigel Farage supporter. Okay. I'm a huge Brigitte Bardot supporter. People call her a racist because she was a supporter of the National Front. Now, I don't think National Front was necessarily racist. I think it was just a matter of preserving people's culture. Like you go to Mexico, you're not going to go take a bunch of British things down there and try to ruin, what they have as far as their culture. We don't want to ruin like the little villages, little towns, and the pretty little like piñatas and stuff, and the little restaurants and stands. We're not trying to do that. But you have people coming from
what's funny though? Mexicans won't let you do that.
Exactly.
That's the funny thing. So a lot of people, you're not the Mexicans, but you go to Mexico and they're not letting Americans infiltrate their land and interbreed with their families and everything. How many Mexican Italians or Irish Mexicans or Black Mexicans do you know? And I'm not being racist. I'm really not.
No, darker skinned Mexicans. I know, like this by Monchichi that I used to work with. But no, I get what you're saying. They're not Black Mexican. Suicidal tendencies. Wait a second. One of the guys in Suicidal Tendencies is a Black Mexican.
Oh, okay.
Was that
All
Mike?
right.
It was one of them.
That's one. That's one.
Let me see.
I'm sure he's probably like more of a Americanized Mexican, not
Yeah.
someone who's in
It's
Mexico.
not
I'm
Mike
saying
Muir. Sorry, he's white. It's the black.
Mexicans.
No, it's not Mike Muir. He's black. Sorry, he's white. Sorry, lighter skin Mexican. It's one of the guys in Suicidal Tendencies. Was very dark skinned, so I'm pretty sure. I'm going to go through the members: Dean Plaisance, Ben Wyman, Rocky George, perhaps. Hold on. Leonard George. Yeah, but he was black. Never mind. I thought he was like Mexican because he was hanging out with a bunch of Mexicans from Venice. Okay, Britain was settled society for thousands of years. It's been ruined intentionally, and that's evil. Right. That's what's happening here. This will become Occupy USA soon. This is what we are becoming right now. And right now, people just need to get out and vote in person. Take 2 friends, take 3 friends, and study your policies that you're doing, that you're learning about locally. Because without those policies, this is how small cities got ruined as well. You know, did you have a lot of stuff to vote on this year in Pennsylvania, like local policies? Did you have a bunch of things you had to learn about?
Here? There's always a lot of things to learn about everywhere. As far as like what's going, especially now, it's like, oh Jesus! Sometimes I understand for newer voters how hard it is to keep up, you know, and it's it could be discouraging, but hopefully everyone will just do their part, you know. Again, I'm sorry, I'm having an anxiety attack. I'm sorry. It's just like listening to it, and it's like it's tomorrow. All right, like I'm sorry.
It's tomorrow. It's going to be tomorrow soon, but I'm going to have dinner. Tomorrow, if you go to my Instagram page, guys, it's at the real Jasmin St. Clair. So at the real Jasmin, JasminStClaire. There goes that sexy black fan that you have. If you guys join me tomorrow on Instagram, I don't know how to do this. No, not you. How do I do this? I'm so like backwards with this. Here we go. What time is the election on tomorrow? Anyone know? Thank you, Paladin. So if any of you hop on tomorrow on Instagram Live at around 7 p.m. Pacific or 6 p.m., I'm going to go live and start watching. We're just going to have like a little watch party and start watching what's going on and watch the shit show happen. Grab your popcorn. Paul wants to know if you could wrestle one last wrestling match, male or female, what would it be? Who would it be? Those things.
Who are we talking to? You or me?
Talking to Paul. Yeah, tomorrow's going to be a shit show, Paladin.
Oh wow! If I could wrestle one less female, really?
Or
Wasn't
male.
prepared to talk about that. Or male. Oh, okay. I wasn't prepared to talk about that tonight. But I don't know. I'm having anxiety. I don't know. Kamala Harris. She's not a wrestler, but you know, whatever. Let's take her in a ring and teach her a lesson. Death match.
Yeah, right. So why don't you throw out your socials so people could follow you on Instagram and Twitter and all that stuff?
You can if you want to. You know, Angel Amaroso for you on Instagram. The number 4, the letter U. And just Angel Amaroso on Facebook. I also have a YouTube that is called Variety Vault, and there's you know, a whole bunch of stuff on there. Dirty Dead Doll Productions on YouTube. You can follow all that. I'll be doing some stuff in the future with celebrity boxing and some local wrestling promotion here that I don't want to talk about now because it's not the topic. But if you follow me on social media, you'll find out soon enough. And, you know, within the next month or two, you know, you'll be seeing some stuff about my upcoming plans and ideas and events and whatever. So, and may I say before I end this here, or before you end this, I think that when you think about not wrestling anymore and it's all done for you, I think that you should be some kind of political figure. I think
For me,
you should run for office some sort in your town. I can't see why not.
because I'm too far to the
You're intelligent. What's that?
Thank you. No, I'm too far to the right, and I don't think I'm going to be staying in California. But no, wherever I do move, I will run for office somewhere, no matter what country it's in. I appreciate that. I would love to run for office someday somewhere and make the difference politically and restore some kind of decency to whatever town I live in. Run, Jasmine, run. Run, Forrest, run.
I think it'd be a great direction for you, and you're so passionate about it, so intelligent, and you have all the right ideas and great morals, and you're for your party and for what you stand for, and I really think you should take it into consideration. And with that, I love you to death. Thank you for having me this evening. I appreciate it. Love you
Love you. See you soon,
always.
and let's go,
Okay,
Trumpy
sweetie.
baby. Woo!
Whoa, yay.
Tomorrow then. Thanks,
Bye,
Angel.
sweetie. Okay, honey. Bye.
So guys, yeah, so that's it. Trumpy baby tomorrow. And yeah, tomorrow tune into at the real Jasmine St. Clair on my Instagram. And make sure to follow me on Twitter, Jasmine St. Clair. Make sure to subscribe to my YouTube. We have video interviews dropping every week. My lives on Monday, unless I'm traveling. And of course, every Wednesday, there's a new podcast episodes, Crazy Train Podcast, Crazy with a K. Subscribe, rate, and review, and do all that good stuff. Yeah, everyone just please, Paladin is saying, please get off your asses. Go vote tomorrow. Make sure you ask at least 10 of your friends if they voted in person. If not, go down there at lunchtime. Go down there after work. Get everyone to vote in person. People who say, oh, my vote doesn't matter, well, then don't complain about shit when it goes belly up or nose up or takes a nosedive, whatever it is. Anyway, yeah, Joe Rogan endorsed Trump because Joe Rogan is smart. You notice it's faggy guys that are endorsing Kamala. Harrison Ford, Robert De Niro, Danny Trejo, who makes lousy tacos. Like those Trejo tacos are the worst tacos in the world. My God. Ugh. He's allegedly collaborating with Del Taco to put his tacos out there. Now, Trump, on the other hand, has masculine men endorsing him. Rogan, Elon Musk, MMA fighters. That's who he has. Cups for Kamala. Yeah, it is a testosterone thing. She also has, who else does she have? Oh, Arnold Schwarzenegger endorsing her. So he's a rhino. We know that. He's a rhino, but he's a wackadoodle. He fucked the maid who wasn't even hot. My God. With that said, if you've not voted, make sure to get out there and vote tomorrow, please. Your vote counts this year locally and on a national level. Until next Monday. See you guys then. Take care of each other. Betas for Kamala. Woo! Betas for Tamala. Yeah, of course. Alphas for Trump. Woo! And let's hope Trumpy baby gets this. So take care. Have a good night. Vote and stay frosty.